Hey guys, so today's video is a little bit disappointing. It was our first and major snag in this apartment renovation, and that had to do with hiring out a painting contractor. And come to find out, I don't feel so bad about this because even Mark Ferguson from Invest for More, you can find him on YouTube and I'll link him below, he said that this is the hardest part, just vetting your contractors, finding good contractors, and being able to rely on contractors. So yeah, we've had a very similar experience with this painting contractor. So I just want to take you through some of the things that we did in order to vet the contractor. So first things first, she came when she said she would, so she was very prompt. When she was there, she knew what she was talking about. She knew the different finishes. She knew what was best for what. And it didn't just sound like she knew, she really did know. Because I could paint, I have a little experience painting, but it just takes forever. And so with the both of us working our full-time jobs, and then having this going on at the same time, time is money, and we didn't want the apartment sitting, and it would have taken us forever to paint it on our own. So anyway, that's why we were hiring out for this specific thing. Yeah, so she was knowledgeable and she was able to start right away. So that fit right in with the timeline that we were hoping for. And her price was comparable to other prices. Granted, she was the lowest price, but it was right up there with the other people. And believe it or not, a lot of contractors, they didn't even call back or show up. I checked the state business lookup online. You can just Google your state and do like business lookup. And you can just type it in and see if they're a registered business in the state. And she was, so that was good. And I looked up online on Facebook and Google. She didn't have any sort of online presence, but I didn't want to hold that against her because not every business is online right now. So I would prefer if they were, so you know, you can have something to base your decision on, but that wasn't the end of the world. And you know what, if she was really awful, there would have been something up there, but there wasn't anything. And lastly, we made sure that we reviewed the invoice. So I was very specific about the things that we wanted, and almost to an insulting degree, but come to find out, I should have been even more specific. And that's something that I've always learned every time I deal with a contractor, is you have to be so specific about things you don't even expect to be have to be stated. For example, you'll see later on, they painted over the outlets that I had prepped specifically. You guys saw in a previous video, I spray painted them all. They look perfectly white, ready to go. All you need to do is paint around them. If you're any kind of painting company, you know you don't paint the outlets. I mean, this is like, that was amateur hour. Not even amateur hour. It's like you literally just don't even care. And it's just disrespectful. So that was one of the things where we really disliked it, as you'll see in the video. Yeah, so I didn't know to be specific about that. Hey, don't paint over the outlets, because anybody would know. And if you don't know, you would think to ask. But anyway, the invoice had the specific paint color that we were looking for, and I laid out every single thing in that apartment, what was to be painted, what specific primer was to be used, etc. So anyway, come to find out, on the first day, guys, she did not even use the paint that I wanted. So we had a specific conversation about the paint. I told her, or she said, hey, let me take a picture of the color. I want to color match it. And I said, no, we don't want to color match it. We'll get the paint on our own, no worries. And she was like, oh, I'll get the paint for you. It's no problem. It's part of the price. And so we were like, okay, great. So that's why on the invoice we gave her the specific paint colors and everything like that. So we were specific that we didn't want color match. Okay, well, we got color match. We got Bear paint. I wanted Benjamin Moore Edgecomb Gray, and we got Bear color match paint. And by the way, I put a specific primer on the invoice. Nope, just Bear paint and primer in one. And the primer was really important in this rental property because the previous tenants were smokers, and that's like a #1 thing. Like when you walk in, you're gonna smell it. Honestly, guys, the paint is done, and to this day it still smells like smoke, and I really am wondering if we're gonna have to repaint it. And so you'll see a few more things in the video. Everything was just so bad, guys. So bad. From far away, like, it looks great. It looks beautiful. Like, oh, I did a good job picking out my colors. But guys, it was really not good. I had to do so many things. This set our timeline back so much. And on top of it, we really might have to paint it again, because I don't know if we're going to get a quality tenant that can bear the smell of it inside. And, you know, because we don't want smokers, so the only people that are gonna be able to bear the smell of it are going to be smokers. So I don't know what we're doing, but I'm very nervous about it. So anyway, we came to an agreement at the end of just paying half, and she did seem embarrassed by the work quality that was done, but I mean, especially now after the fact, seeing how long it's taking us to fix the mistakes that were made, and maybe we're not even done yet, it's just really scary that any money was wasted on them at all. Honestly, they probably cost us more money in the long run than anything. They probably should have been paid literally $0, but I don't know how to go about just paying someone $0. So I don't know. I mean, guys, it was bad. Take a look. Here's the paint that should have been Benjamin Moore. Paint was everywhere on all types of fixtures, including the thermostat, the vents that I just spray painted pretty oiled rubbed bronze, and even on the bathroom sink. I mean, that was just like, hey, I don't care, I'm just gonna splatter this and not wipe it. And again, here's some on the towel bar. They've got a little bit on the kitchen cabinets, and even on the doorknobs. They clearly did not use any tape. Additionally, here's a tub. You can see just drip marks into the tub, and a few more drip marks. This was all over. This was just one example. They completely neglected to paint certain areas of the house, such as the closet doors, the entire front of the doors, and inside the closet. And even they were supposed to paint the inside trim of the door black. They didn't. This windowsill, totally neglected, should have been painted. They put down paper, but it didn't go to the edge of the floor, so they got it all over the floors, all over the trim pieces that I still need to stain. Here's just some more of it just on the floor, all over the trim. Look at this sloppy corner work. It's just no excuses if you're a professional. Alright, so we're going to try to get rid of all of the paint that spilled on the floor with this product called Goo Gone. I'm going to test it first in the closet to kind of just make sure that if there's any bad effects, that it won't really ruin the floor. So as you can see, there's just strip marks everywhere.
Cool.
Alright, so I just let it sit for like 30 seconds, not very long. I just want to test it. I don't want to leave it alone for too long. Awesome. So one of the downsides about having the bad painter here, or the unprofessional painter, was when they went over the outlets, they didn't just delay us by us having to buy and replace the outlets. You can see that since there was paint on the outlet, it then peeled off a big chunk on a lot of the outlets. So now we not only need to replace the outlets, we need to go back and paint the area again. So really hiring this unprofessional painter has really set us back quite a bit of time. They just learned how to do this, and he is doing a really good job. And he's happy he learned an important life skill. And he was actually taught by my brother, who is a junior in high school. And he learns this at his school, how to be an electrician.